Alright, so this one is actually crazy, and a lot of GTA fans are just starting to notice it now, because something new just came out from the GTA V source code leak, and it might finally reveal what happened to one of Rockstar's most mysterious canceled games, Agent. Yeah. If you remember that name, you already know this goes way back, so let's break it down in a simple way, but also go deep, because this is actually really interesting. So first of all, what is happening right now? A GTAForums user called XanaBax decided to go deep into the leaked GTA V source code. And not just basic checking, we're talking about a full deep dive into files' character models and internal structure. And during this investigation, they found something that immediately caught attention: a character model that looks extremely similar to the protagonist from Rockstar's canceled game Agent. Now, if you don't know, Agent was officially announced by Rockstar all the way back in 2009 for PS3. And it was supposed to be a spy game set during the Cold War. Sounds amazing, right? But the game was eventually canceled and completely disappeared, with almost no official gameplay ever released, only a few leaked screenshots from around 2011. And that's it. The project basically became one of the biggest mysteries in Rockstar history. But now that's where things get interesting. This newly found character model inside the GTA V leak actually matches those old 2011 leaked screenshots very closely. Same face structure, same style, same kind of design. And that's already suspicious enough, but it doesn't stop there. Because when looking deeper into the file structure, the main hierarchy node of this model is literally named player, not NPC, not test model, not random asset, but player, which suggests that this was not just some background character. This was likely meant to be a playable protagonist. So now the big question is, how did this end up inside GTA V files? And there are a few realistic explanations we need to consider, because we're not going to jump into fake hype or lies. This is real analysis. First possibility is asset reuse, which is very common in game development, especially in big studios like Rockstar. When a project gets canceled, developers often reuse parts of it, models, animation systems, and even code inside other projects to save time and resources. So it's very possible that when Agent was canceled, parts of its development were transferred into GTA V during its creation phase. Second possibility is testing and prototyping. Rockstar could have used the Agent character model inside GTA V's development environment for testing mechanics, animation systems, or gameplay features. Because both games were being worked on around similar time periods, so instead of creating new test models, they might have reused what they already had from Agent. Third possibility, and this is the one that gets people excited, maybe some elements of Agent were originally planned to exist inside GTA V in some form, maybe as a mission, maybe as a character, maybe as cut content that never made it into the final game. And over time it was removed, but some files stayed hidden in the code. But we need to stay real here. This does not mean Agent is coming back. And it does not mean there is a secret Agent game hidden inside GTA V. What it does mean is that Agent was much further in development than many people thought, and that parts of it definitely existed in a playable form at some point. And honestly, this is actually huge, because for years people believed Agent was just an idea or early concept. But this shows real character models, real structure, and signs of actual gameplay development. And when you combine that with Rockstar's history of extremely detailed development processes, it's very likely that Agent was a serious project before it got canceled. Now let's talk about why Agent was canceled in the first place, because this connects to everything. According to Rockstar co-founder Dan Houser, the main issue was that a spy game doesn't translate well into an open-world environment, the same way it does in movies. Think about it, GTA works because chaos, freedom, and player choice fit perfectly into open-world gameplay. But a spy game usually requires controlled environments, stealth-heavy design, and structured missions, which can be harder to balance in a massive open world. So Rockstar likely experimented, tried different versions, and eventually decided it just wasn't working at the level of quality they wanted. And if there's one thing we know about Rockstar, they don't release games unless they meet their standards, so instead of forcing it, they canceled the project completely. But now seeing this leak, it kind of gives us a rare behind-the-scenes look into what could have been. And honestly, it also shows how much work gets lost in game development that players never even see. And here's something even more interesting: this kind of discovery also shows how interconnected Rockstar projects are. GTA V, Red Dead, and even canceled Games like Agent might share technology assets and systems behind the scenes, which means even canceled ideas can still influence future games in ways we don't notice. So could Agent ideas appear in GTA 6? Maybe not directly, but concept systems or design ideas could definitely carry over because nothing in game development is ever truly wasted. And yeah, this is why leaks like this are so fascinating, not because of fake hype, but because they reveal real history, real development, and real decisions that shape the games we play today. So overall, what we have here is not just a random model. This is likely a leftover piece of a canceled Rockstar project that once had real potential. And now, years later, we're finally getting a glimpse of it through the GTA V source code leak. And honestly, it makes you wonder how many other hidden things are still sitting inside those files, waiting to be discovered. So yeah, if more stuff like this comes out, it could completely change what we know about Rockstar's development history and canceled projects. Drop your thoughts. Do you think Agent should have been released? Or do you think Rockstar made the right decision canceling it and focusing on GTA and Red Dead? And yeah, if you enjoyed this kind of deep dive, make sure you subscribe for more real GTA news and hidden discoveries. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.